So today we're talking about continuity with M365 or Microsoft 365, as well as ensuring that email is up during some outages. So Lisa, let's start with you. Let's get your perspective from the customer angle. What are you hearing and what are you experiencing out there?
Thanks, Chris. Yes, we have a lot of feedback from customers. Initially, people were hesitant to go out to Office 365 and they gave up control of their server, but they knew that they were also kind of in a gray area as far as redundancy and backup and weren't clear on how that was all going to work. Now that the majority of our customers have moved there, they're kind of realizing that they're kind of in a standstill mode, kind of waiting to see when there's an outage, when it comes back. There's even websites to say Microsoft outage and to, basically tell you when or what might have happened or when they're coming back. And so a lot of our enterprise customers are looking for better options. What can we do about this? How can I maintain 100% uptime? Email is mission critical for most businesses today and are just looking for some options. And that's when we got engaged with Mimecast and was able to resolve some of these issues for customers going forward.
Okay. Well, Peter, what are your thoughts on these various outages and how do you see these should be addressed?
Well, to be honest with you, every cloud service has an outage from time to time. I mean, Microsoft, Google, Apple, they all have their stores have gone down. There have been issues. Microsoft, their Office 365 or M365 solution tends to go down in whole, in part, and in pieces. And what I mean by that is there are times when we've seen there have been outages as a result of identity management issues. Azure AD has a problem or Azure DNS has a problem. We had that happen in the EU. And when that happens, people can't access any of the services. So that's when it goes down in whole. In fact, in Texas, we had a data center a couple of years back. It got hit by lightning. It took out the air conditioning system, which basically took out the Azure AD servers, the identity management, and then ultimately people for a period of either 4, 8, or hours or more, they could not access any of the services. Other times it goes down in parts. So you can send email is fine, but Teams is down. Sometimes it goes down in pieces. So for example, we had an outage that took out multi-factor authentication. It's this one little piece, but as a result of that, those that were using multi-factor authentication could not access their email or any of the services. And so that's when you need to have a break the glass account so you can flip it off until they fix it, and then you can flip it back on. So we see these outages, they're real, whole parts and pieces. The question is, what do you do? I mean, when there's an outage, do you just sit there and go, oh, well, I guess I can't get any work done? Typically, people keep working somehow. And typically what they do is they move over to shadow IT solutions, which now becomes a problem, especially with regard to email.
So Lisa, let's talk a little bit about when a customer calls you and says that there's an outage. What is happening in their organization, or at least what are they telling you is happening during that time? You guys deal with a lot of very large organizations, so I assume the waterfall effect is big.
Absolutely. As Peter had mentioned, what happens is that shadow IT. And all of a sudden, somebody, let's say you're a banker in finance or a hospital, and you're like, I got to get this email out. Well, geez, I got a Gmail account. And they'll defer to what they have. So if my security policies or my firewall is going to allow that out, now all of a sudden I'm sending emails. And maybe an email by itself might be benign, but what if that email's got patient information or charge card information or just anything that could be crucial to the business, not only from a security standpoint, but from regulatory or from a fine? How do I get my arms around that? And you can't stop the business. You need productivity. You can't give an answer to the the C-level folks as to when you're going to be back, and they're asking, why is this happening? We never used to run into this. How come you can't get us back online?